A grand oath-taking ceremony will be taking place in Maharashtra this evening. Fadnavis is going to take the oath for his third term as the chief minister. Fadnavis visited the Siddhivinayak temple today to seek blessings. But suspense continues on whether or not Eknath Shinde will be taking oath as the deputy chief minister. While all seems to be well in the Mahayuti camp, playful and friendly jabs from the camp's press conference have grabbed eyeballs. When the outgoing chief minister was asked whether he would join the Fadnavis-led government today as his deputy, he chose to be cryptic. But it was Ajit Pawar who interjected and jokingly said that he would take oath as one of the deputy CMs today.
क्या आप और अजीत पवार साहब भी कल डिप्टी सीएम पद की शपथ लेंगे?
अरे भैया अभी तो कहा, देवेंद्र जी ने भी कहा, मैं भी कह रहा हूँ, रुको थोड़ा, अभी शाम तक रुको, अभी कल शपथ ली है ना,
उनका समझ में आएगा, मैं तो लेने वाला हूँ।
And as per sources, Eknath Shinde is unhappy about the fact that Ajit Pawar and his party are being given more importance and preference over the Shiv Sena. In a closed-door meeting with Fadnavis at Varsha yesterday, Eknath Shinde insisted that he would not take the oath himself and rather make another Shiv Sena leader the deputy chief minister. Fadnavis tried to convince Shinde and requested him to join the cabinet, but reportedly, Eknath Shinde did not agree. This can be seen as a pressure tactic on the part of Shinde, as the battle is now to get the number 2 position in the Mahayuti government. For instance, if Fadnavis holds the Home Ministry with the Chief Minister's post, then he will occupy the number 1 position. While if Ajit Pawar is given the Finance Ministry along with the post of Deputy Chief Minister, then Ajit Pawar will be number 2. If Eknath Shinde holds the post of Deputy Chief Minister along with the Urban Development Ministry, then he will be at the number 3 position in the government. Shinde is reportedly miffed about the fact that despite winning more seats than the NCP, they're not being given their fair share within the government.
आज के शपथ विधि 16 के अंदर एक मुख्यमंत्री और 2 उप मुख्यमंत्री पद की शपथ होने वाली है। उसमें से एक उप मुख्यमंत्री पद जो है वो शिवसेना का है, तो डेफिनेटली शिवसेना का उप मुख्यमंत्री भी शपथ लेने वाले हैं। हमारे सबकी मांग है लाखों करोड़ों शिव सैनिकों की, और इस महाराष्ट्र की जनता की मांग है कि आदरणीय एकनाथ राव जी शिंदे साहब डिप्टी सीएम बने। बट आखिरी फैसला, क्योंकि वो हमारे सर्वोच्च नेता है, जो फैसला वो लेंगे वो हमें मंजूर रहेगा, लेकिन आखिरी फैसला तो साहब के ऊपर निर्भर करता है।
At this point, we want to welcome everybody who's joining us on the broadcast. At this point, we have our reporters on the ground, Shrishti and Nilesh, who are joining us from Azad Maidan. Beyond this, we also have our guest, Krishna Hegde, who's a spokesperson of the Shiv Sena, Dr. Uday Nirgudkar, who's a senior journalist as well. To our guests, do remain with us for a few more minutes. We're just going to get a quick update from our reporters. But thank you so much for taking out the time and joining us. Shrishti, coming to you first, let us know about the preparations for the grand oath-taking ceremony that's going to be taking place today. All right, crossing over to my colleague Nilesh, we seem to have a bit of a technical error there. Nilesh, you're also joining us from Azad Maidan. Bring us the latest when it comes to the grand oath-taking ceremony that's going to be taking place this evening itself. Who are going to be attending? How many people are expected? What are the preparations like?
Well, yes, as you rightly pointed out, it is a grand event at Mumbai's iconic Azad Maidan. This comes big after the historic achievement by the Mahayuti Alliance partners. And not keeping our viewers in suspense, we'll just pan around our camera to show you the extent of security deployment currently seen at Azad Maidan. All the departments from Mumbai Police to SPG to commandos, all are present at site. And this is one of the VIP gates wherein the movements of VIP will be taking place very soon. soon. As of now, the area has been cordoned off, and media in particularly has not been allowed, not have been given access at moment. By late evening, it will be open to all the guests and dignitaries who will be present out here. And as you pointed out, all the VIPs from the NDA CM from different states will be present here. Celebrities and all the union cabinet ministers will also be finding space here. Amit Shah, JP Nadda and PM Modi himself will be arriving at around 5:30 p.m. and hence preparation is all at the peak at moment, and various traffic diversion is also seen at place. Now this becomes very significant because all the top leaders, not just from the BJP but from the NDA-led states, will be present into this iconic location. Multiple gates, multiple security barriers have been taken into place. Posters and banners are at every nook and corner of the city at moment. Currently, we can see how the Mahayuti flags from BJP to Shiv Sena to NCP to RPI, every party's flag is currently hoisted at the neighboring areas in surrounding to the Azad Maidan. Now, what we are also learning to know that PM Modi will be arriving by evening today through chopper. He will be landing at INS Vikrant, and then for thereon he will be traveling to the Azad Maidan on 4 wheels, and the grand ceremony will be taking place. Now, what we are given to know that for today it will be a 3 oath ceremony, that is 1 chief minister and 2 DCMs will be taking oath. Now, this comes big after various claims have been finding space that how Eknath Shinde faction is not very much happy with the portfolio distribution, or in particularly the deputy chief minister post that is given out to Eknath Shinde, because the leaders have been mentioning that how it was the Eknath Shinde leadership, it was his face that the Mahayuti alliance has got such a massive and a historic achievement, such a massive number, and hence he should be respected. He should be given out the CM post. But as of now, he has been given out the deputy chief minister position. And yesterday in the press conference briefing, Eknath Shinde also mentioned that soon it will be revealed whether he is taking the oath ceremony or not. So that is a big takeaway for today, and all eyes will be upon these 3 top leaders, the position that they will be getting, and a suspense as of now has been kept that no other portfolio will be taking swearing in ceremony. So a massive day for the citizens of Maharashtra. They have been waiting for this day for the past 11 days. We saw how the suspense was kept onto the name of Chief Minister as well. So that is a big development that is currently seen into the state of Maharashtra. Here at Azad Maidan, the preparations all are underway, and soon it will be expected that the swearing ceremony will be taking place.
Absolutely. Nilesh, thank you so much for joining us, getting us all of those crucial updates. We're now going to be crossing over to our guests who remain with us on the broadcast. Gentlemen, thank you so much for waiting while we got a quick update from our reporters on the ground there. Mr. Nirgudkar, I want to come to you first to ask you everything that's been happening over the past 11 to 12 days. Do you think there's real drama, or is it all just speculation?
All that ends well, that's all is well. That's the message at this point of time. Everybody is trying to give that all is well. But you and I know that all was not well till recently and even now. If all was well, what stopped from one ally partner to declare that they are taking part as DCM in the oath ceremony? I'm sure they will. But why this suspense? And not at this point of time when Prime Minister is slated to come. But this Shapath Vidhi is not Shapath Vidhi, but Maha Shapath Vidhi, as it can be termed as. I have seen the oath ceremony of about 5 or 6 chief ministers in Maharashtra, but this is the most mega event I have ever seen. So I'm sure Shiv Sena will join, and albeit they will join with their reservations, and then everybody will say, हाथ ऊपर करके कहेंगे, एक है, हम सेफ हैं.
All right. Thank you for that response. Do remain with us. We're also going to be crossing over to Mr. Krishna Hegde, spokesperson of the Shiv Sena. A very crucial voice when we talk about the event that's going to be happening today with the grand oath-taking ceremony. There's yet no clarity on Eknath Shinde and whether or not he's going to be accepting the Deputy CM's post. So, Mr. Hegde, I think the clear question here is, what's the delay?
Aisha, I could not hear Udayji very clearly, but let me tell you, presently as we speak, there is a press conference going on of Uday Samant, who's a former minister in the cabinet and a senior Shiv Sena leader. And,
Okay.
he's also saying we have also uh, spoken to Eknath Shinde ji. All the MLAs have spoken, met him, and said that he should be the next deputy chief minister and take his oath. However, Eknath Shinde ji wanted to sacrifice the post for one of the MLAs out of the 57 who have won and wanted to take up only, the Mukhya Neta position in the party and steer the party. However, we are all adamant that he, takes oath as the deputy chief minister. And right now, the press conference which Uday Samant said that even if Eknath Shinde ji proposes any other name as deputy chief minister amongst any of the MLAs, we will not accept it, and we will want only Eknath Shinde ji to be the deputy chief minister. So I think that what my reading is that Eknath Shinde ji will swear in as a deputy chief minister because the entire party and the entire cadre and the entire, the population, people of Maharashtra who have voted for the Mahayuti want him there. And especially the Shiv Sena who want him to lead us.
Okay. I want to ask you a follow-up question. Considering that there's been a lot of speculation over the last 11 to 12 days about the chief ministerial candidate, the face, rather, and that decision, we finally received clarity just about a day ago with the confirmation that Devendra Fadnavis was going to be the chief minister. He is returning for a third term, essentially. When we talk about the Shiv Sena, one of the key, crucial partners of the Mahayuti, did the Shiv Sena not expect that Fadnavis was going to be named the chief minister, considering the strong mandate that the BJP got with the Maharashtra elections? Was this not an expected outcome?
Aisha, is the question for me or for Mr. Udayji?
This is to
Sir, it's
you.
for you. I'll be going to Mr. Uday after this.
See, last time also when the Bharatiya Janata Party had more MLAs than us, it was Eknath Shinde ji who was the chief minister of Maharashtra. And this entire election was fought under his leadership. And we got a resounding and outstanding victory and a historic victory. And therefore, as a Shiv Sainik, I would say that we would want Eknath Shinde ji to be the chief minister of Maharashtra. However, the Bharatiya Janata Party, who had sacrificed last time as well, we cannot expect them to sacrifice again and again when they have such huge numbers. And every Bharatiya Janata Party cadre or member wants Devendra Fadnavis ji as the chief minister. Similarly with Ajit Dada's party. And therefore, the BJP High Command had taken a decision, which our leader Eknath Shinde ji also said that whatever decision is taken by the Honorable Prime Minister or Honorable Amit Shah ji, we will abide by the decision as Shiv Sena. They took the decision, we are abiding by the decision. We are part of the government. We are part of the Mahayuti. We will support the Mahayuti to the fullest. We will work for the people of Maharashtra. And similarly, today in the evening, when there is a swearing in ceremony of the chief ministers and the two deputy chief ministers, Shiv Sena will also have our deputy chief minister. And we also urge Eknath Shinde ji to come for the oath ceremony and be part of the swearing in as our leader and become the next deputy chief minister in Maharashtra. So we are totally, we are in clarity with all our thoughts, and we only request Eknath Shinde ji to be the deputy chief minister of Maharashtra. That as a cadre or as a party worker, which I can do through your forum, or Uday Samant ji is doing at a press conference right now.
All right, all right. Thank you for that. Do stay with us. Mr. Nagutkar, want to come to you next to ask you about what exactly has been taking place over the last 12 days, which is something that we continue to focus on. When we talk about Shinde dragging it out, what do you think the overall messaging is here? Considering that even when we spoke with a representative of the Shiv Sena, what he's saying is that Shinde, as well as something that we've mentioned, is that Shinde is somebody who wanted to also give another MLA or somebody else within the party this deputy CM's post. Beyond this, there has been no clarity for a long period of time. Shinde was missing for a little while, considering the fact that he was unwell, he was not taking part in those Mahayuti meetings. What do you think the larger picture is here? Do you think it would be correct to say that he's not too keen on remaining within the Mahayuti?
Politics works on options. Politics works on usefulness and harmfulness. And the index at this point of time of harming BJP is absolutely dismal. And it is better that everybody realizes that they need to work on their usefulness index. On a lighter note, I remember a song of 1960s written by Anand Bakshi. नाना करते प्यार तुम्ही से कर बैठे, करना था इनकार, मगर इकरार तुम्ही से कर बैठे. That's what exactly is happening. So my best wishes for the trio to swearing in ceremony, which is going to be one of the most spectacular events of Maharashtra.
When you talk about the usefulness index, I want to bounce off of what you were just talking about. Devendra Fadnavis versus Eknath Shinde, there are many who are very unhappy about the fact, of course, Shiv Sena being at the top, that he's not going to be returning as the chief minister at the swearing-in ceremony today. Of course, they are supportive of their alliance partner, the BJP. But when it comes to the perspective of the people, Devendra Fadnavis versus Eknath Shinde, who do you think comes out on top?
At this point of time, there was some kind of exchange of options. But at the end of the day, what was more important is to stay together. And that's where, if you see around that area, the hoardings which prominently say, Ek hai, to safe hai. And that's the message. All the three-party workers are communicating it to their top bosses. And the representative of Shiv Sena over here is saying that we are also adamant by saying that nobody will swearing in from Shiv Sena's side if Eknath Shinde ji is not taking oath. And that's the clear signal that Eknath Shinde will be sworn in as the Deputy Chief Minister.
Absolutely. One final question to Mr. Hegde at this point. How does the Shiv Sena feel about its alliance partners, namely the NCP, considering there has been tension with Ajit Pawar over the past few months, rather, that we've seen with statements from political leaders? So going forward, how is the alliance expected to progress with this tension?
Actually, we never had a problem with Ajit Dada. Our Mukhya Neta Eknath Shinde ji is very clear on that front. If there have been some personal local issues with some ministers or MLAs, that is not the view of the party. Secondly, Devendra Fadnavis ji is today the Chief Minister of Maharashtra. As a Shiv Sainik and as a part of the Mahayuti, we would like to congratulate him. He is the leader of the Mahayuti, and we have given all the powers to the Honorable Prime Minister and Honorable Amit Shah ji to decide on the issue of the Chief Minister. There is no hard bargain, and there is no question of harming the Mahayuti or the Bharatiya Janata Party. We all are one, and therefore today, as I reiterate, that Devendra Fadnavis ji is the Chief Minister of Maharashtra, and he heads the Mahayuti government. Like Uday Nirgudkar ji sang a song, I can only say, "Hum saath saath hai."
All right. One quick final question. We do have to ask this. Is there any information, any clarity on portfolio allocation? Any information you can give us?
No. If the question is to me, the portfolio allocation will happen on the 11th. 7th and 8th, there will be swearing in of all the MLAs to take oath as the MLA. And on 11th, the portfolio allocation will happen. But my esteemed colleague sang a wonderful song, Hum Saath Saath Hai. Bas 5 saal isko yaad rakhiyega, baki kuch nahi.
Will do.
No, definitely.
Mr.
And I
Hegde, I
think
also want
everything
your
will be
response on
ironed out.
that. Any
No,
clarity on
definitely.
portfolio allocation?
Yeah, no, like Udayji said, it's going to be on the 11th, and all the some of the ministers will be sworn in on the 11th. Majority of the ministers, and the Mahayuti
Okay.
is a strong unit. We are here to work for the people of Maharashtra. It is not about power sharing or power taking, but about working for the people. And I'm sure that all the three leaders of all the three parties and the Mahayuti government. That is their only objective in mind, that when we have won the election, we have more responsibility now for the people of Maharashtra.
Well said. All right. Well, we'll have to wrap it up there. Thank you so much, Mr.
Thank
Hegde,
you.
Mr. Nirgudkar, for joining us, giving us a perspective. We will continue to track the developments here, considering that the grand oath-taking ceremony is going to be taking place this evening at 5:30. So do remember to stay tuned with Mayor Now. But for right now, we're going to be shifting focus.